The Madman!
Hey, I'm sponsored to showcase to you today the Lord of the Rings living card game. This game is based off of the physical Lord of the Rings card game. I'm a big board gamer, so I frequent a bunch of board game stores and I see this game around here and there. There's a lot of content and a lot of expansions to the physical game, so there can be a lot brought into this game. This game's in early access right now. Check it out using the link below. There's currently one campaign, The Shadow's Reach. The events of this game are set in the time between Bilbo's 111th birthday and the start of Frodo's adventure. So I'm on the campaign, I've gotten a bit familiar with it, I've adjusted the starter deck a little bit with other cards that you start off with, and I'm going to go ahead and go on to the third mission in this series.
After defeating a colony of Mirkwood spiders, you discover that the eight-legged abominations had been gathering slaves for a host of orcs. You believe Bilbo Baggins was taken south alongside other prisoners. Before deciding on your next course of action, you capture an unpleasant creature lurking about your camp. To your surprise, the creature appears to know the name Baggins.
The interludes between and after each of these missions and even the mini quests in between each part of the mission are great. This one didn't feature quite as much voice acting from our favorite Gollum, but a lot of rich Lord of the Rings lore here. So at the beginning of the game, you start off with your three heroes in play. They contribute to the threat level. Different heroes have different threat levels. When you get to 50 threat, you lose the game because Sauron comes and destroys you. Starting hand, I'm looking for an element of some longevity, so round shield looks good. Some good allies look good. So let's keep that around. Persuade the creature to help you find Bilbo is going to be my first quest in this multi-encounter scenario part of the mission. At the beginning of each turn, you gain 3 resources and you draw 2 cards under normal difficulty currently, and it's an early access, this is subject to change. On hard difficulty, you only draw 1 card. Opponent is getting 4 resources because it's hard difficulty. I've got my crew of characters here. Each character has an attack value, a willpower value, and a health value. The willpower is used to engage objectives. This is an objective right here, persuading Smeagol. This strange little creature claims to know Bilbo's location, but is hesitant to help persuade him. So to do that, I'm going to have to sweet talk him using my willpower trait. And Arwen is very good at willpower, not so great at fighting. These 2 buff guys are great at fighting. What do we have here? We have some bat swarms, revenge, black force, bats enter play. So that's when it's destroyed. We've got a Mirkwood flock, revenge, Sauron gets +1 resource, and Spies of Shadow end around gain 1 threat. I have to negate this threat meter because threat is a legitimate way you can lose, along of course with being absolutely defeated. So, beginning, I'm gonna have to stabilize against these birds. I can do that by attacking them. It's Hearthstone style attacking. I can attack whatever I want, but unlike Hearthstone, you take a turn, then they take a turn. So I am going to begin by killing something that I absolutely know I'm going to kill, which is that one. That's so annoying. That does mean it won't get to attack me. So unlike Hearthstone, there are no counterattacks, so you just attack and they don't counterattack, which means if you kill something that hasn't attacked yet, then it doesn't get to attack if it's dead. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill that. Revenge, the bats come into play. The bats are attacking me. And let me get rid of this 1/1, I guess.
For Rivendell!
Goblin Sniper, ranged stealth. When active, this unit cannot be attacked and ignores block and guard. When targeting an enemy, an exhausted unit cannot have stealth active. Spooky. Upkeep, deal 1 damage to a random character. It can be pretty tough to get rid of that. You alternate turns, and note that of course when you're attacking you don't take damage, but things with guard will deal damage back to stuff. So right now I think I want to develop some allies so I get more action economy, I suppose. Let me develop this Watchman.
We'll not be taken for a surprise.
Oh, it actually attacked. That means I can now attack it while it's been exhausted. I'm going to use my ability on Aragorn, spend 1 resource to ready Aragorn and gain a surge action, which means it can act immediately. Well, I can do any action immediately, I should say, but I'm going to take the action to attack this guy.
He cannot stand alone.
Sauron has foolishly given the Black Forest bats Stalwart, which means there's 2 actions a turn. Let's go ahead and get rid of those bats. And then I can keep taking actions after Sauron has passed, but I don't see any useful ones right now, so I'll end the phase. I have an upkeep ability on Arwen, which is restore 1 health to a character each round. I'll go ahead and do it on my dwarf friend here. I always get the first action, which is great. I'm gonna kill the bat swarm before it acts.
He cannot stand alone.
And let's start getting some more allies out here.
My axe swings too.
Orc Beastmaster, arrival, summon a hound. So that's 2 more enemies. Pursuit, every orc gains pursuit. Pursuit means when you finish your mission, these will follow you if you haven't killed them. So one of the strategies is you can just immediately, since the mission here is to persuade the creature to help you find Bilbo, you could rush to put all the willpower into this quest and then run away, but then these guys would follow you, so let's go ahead and just control the board. Sauron passed. Unexpected. Didn't take an action of the Beastmaster. So let me take down this Beastmaster. We're gonna put the Warrior Sword onto Aragorn. There was a tempo element to it. Like, I didn't want to play this immediately because I wasn't sure. I mean, I wanted to take some actions before, and I probably should have done it on the last round though. So now this guy will get +1 attack each turn, and he attacks twice a round, so that's really good. And let's just clean up the rest of this stuff. I'm gonna start using Arwen to start persuading Smeagol. Or alternatively, I can use Arwen to add to the Fate pool. Fate allows me to dip into special events that are special to this campaign, to this particular mission. So let's see, forage for supplies, restore 2 health to every character, then reduce every character to 1 willpower. On 5, I could, every character gains +1 attack on this quest. Does not affect Smeagol. That's a very useful one. I do want to get that done. And then finally, the high ground, every enemy loses 2 on this quest. So if I get the Orc Blades, this is going to be a big benefit to the future, so I'm going to go ahead and buff up instead of immediately going for Smeagol. Note that you can't just mess around and keep buffing up, even though your characters and buffs stay in between, because the threat level will come and eat you. So let me just go ahead and use the high willpower of Arwen to once again do this. Pack of wargs are coming in. I'm going to use Erebor Watchman and activate the guard ability because I want the attacks to go onto Erebor Watchman. He's got block, which reduces by 1 the damage taken. It looks like those wolves don't want to trade with my Watchman. I'm going to go ahead and do the Orc Blades. And this will help me out for the rest of the mission. With self-preservation put on, also going to be able to slowly gain value over time. There. And I'm also going to put on lock onto this fella over here. So we're well buffed up for the next missions.
Baruch Kazan! Baruch Kazan!
And start persuading Smeagol. Store 1 to a character. I'm gonna do that. I have the auto +1 on R1 each turn now, so I'm looking in really good shape. Let's persuade Smeagol and get out of here. Discard a random hero's attachment. There goes my self-preservation. Boo.
I serve no man.
Nice little first mission.
Kindness and forgiveness, masters.
Smeagol, trustworthy? Follow the orc caravan, gain by day and dark. Or trust Smeagol, gain Smeagol. Ooh, Smeagol.
You decide trusting Smeagol is worth the risk. If the creature knows a way to get ahead of the caravan, you'll have a significant advantage in rescuing Bilbo from the orcs.
At the end, you're scored based on how well you did. Unfortunately, my remaining hero health wasn't very high. They were all near death, so I didn't score very high there. You get extra credit based off of how well you do. These credits can be used to buy cards. Two main currencies in this game: Valor, which you earn by playing games; Palantir, which you earn with exceptional feats. Palantir, you can gaze into this crystal ball and get some treasures. Got a card, Raiment of War, gain +1 attack, +2 health and block. That looks very nice. And you can customize your decks. That's part of the beauty of this game. As you collect more valor, you can get more cards. I'm gonna go ahead and put that Raiment of War in here. I do have the ability to use this because Gimli is good at fighting. I believe this is the tactics school. So in this deck, because I have these 3 heroes, I'm able to use their appropriate cards, their respective cards. That's Lord of the Rings Living Card Game. Check it out using the link below. And just as a bit of a shout out, it's cool how Fantasy Flight Games has the studio now. I like a lot of Fantasy Flight board games, such as Twilight Imperium. So try to sponsor me for that, Fantasy Flight.